Hey everyone, welcome back to another cigar review, and this time I'm doing a Gran Habano STK Zulu Zulu, and as you can see, this is a lancero, 7.5 by 40, pretty big lancero, and this cigar was George Rico's personal cigar that he smoked, and it's just now being released to the public now. Only 2,000 were made. 2,000 boxes, right? Let me make sure. Yeah, 2,000 boxes of these were made, and they come in a box. It's either a blue or red box. I'm going to show you the artwork for this here. Pretty interesting artwork, and the artwork was done by a Miami artist called Kid. And when I first saw this cigar, and before I saw the press release, I was kind of like, man, what the hell? That's kind of screwed up. Basically what this is, look at these images again while I tell you this. In Africa, they have the it's like a liberation army. I can't remember the exact name of it, but basically what it is, there's this guy Joseph Kony. He has an army that's pretty big in Africa. I think it's Central Africa, but what he's known for is actually raiding villages, taking all the youngest men and making them join his army, the LRA. And one of the things that he does is he takes the young boys and actually puts them into the army. So, and basically they're called child soldiers. And I can't remember what movie it was in last, but oh, it was Blood Diamonds. That's right. Blood Diamonds actually part of that has these child soldiers in there. They basically put them in the army. They make them do some pretty damn vicious stuff. Usually hop them up on heroin and whatnot, just to kind of it kind of desensitizes them, brainwashes them, screws them up basically mentally, and turns them into killers. Pretty much is what they do. They recondition them. Anyway, it's pretty fouled up, and in America, it's almost incomprehensible for us. To think of that, but it's pretty common actually in Africa with these liberation armies or whatever. But anyway, basically, this cigar, it's being made for actually a charity called Invisible Children, which actually brings awareness through social interaction and artwork and whatnot, basically showing the world that this is a major problem, kind of in your face kind of a way to basically bring attention to it and help stop it. Maybe bring more of the bigger world powers, that come and maybe do what they can to basically stop this. And that's what these two images are about, which to me is really cool. A portion of the sale of these cigars goes towards that. These cigars average for about, I think they're $9 a stick, and a good big portion of that is actually going to this charity. So to me, that's really, really cool. I love that. So anyway, let's talk a little more about the cigar. It's an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan filler. So see, this is basically this is a tissue paper wrapper that comes on these things. And let's take it off here. And there's the band itself. Zulu Zulu. It's kind of a nice little unfinished cap there, a little pigtail. It's probably not like pigtail, but there's the cap you can see there. And you get a little more of the wrapper. And there's the foot of it. Pretty nice looking cigar. This is a bigger lancero than normal. Used around 36, 38. Well, this is a 40. It's got some pretty good heft to it for lancero. But I'm kind of digging it, actually. I kind of like these a little bit bigger lanceros. Pretty nice. They're good, nice size. But nonetheless, let's see if I can find out how many come in a box. I think it's 10 in a box. I'm looking at the press release now that we have up on our site about this. It doesn't say, but I believe it comes 10 to a box, which is not bad at all. But Anyway, let's check this thing out. By the way, I got 2 of these from Robert at Gran Habano Cigars, and this is the first one. So this is going to be a first impression. So keep that in mind. I didn't smoke this one and then film the second one because I usually like to try to keep another one around just in case something weird happens and I need to fall back on another cigar. I always have a backup. So, but anyway, I got 2, so this is going to be a first impressions. But anyway. Actually, it's a really leathery smell to it. The foot's pretty much exactly the same thing. Go ahead and cut it. We'll see what the draw is like and the flavors on the cold draw. It's a little bit tight on the draw, but it's not too bad. It's kind of, you know, like I said, like, you know, milkshake draw, which I kind of always say, which is good. It's a little bit thicker than that. Like it's got a little bit more restriction than that. It's not that bad. It's not that bad of a restricted draw though. Like I think once it heats up, I think it's going to open up a lot more. But anyway. I don't get too much flavor off the cold draw. It actually just has a kind of a very muted leatheriness to it. That's pretty much it. So let's light this thing up. Here we go again. Oh look, flame. It's actually a cigar I've really been looking forward to trying out too. Not tons of smoke right off the bat, but I'm getting that leather note, but I'm also getting like it's almost like a toffee note. Actually, it's got a sweetness to it, and it reminds me of like a buttery sweetness. Kind of like reminds me of toffee. If that makes any sense, but it's like a leathery toffee note. That's what I'm getting. I really like the way this tastes actually right off the bat. Yes, it has a really nice leather toffee note with a hint of spice to it. It's not that sweetness to me is just really in your face sweetness, but it's not. It's just like a buttery sweet, kind of like a toffee or a caramel kind of a note to it. Yeah, it's pretty much dead on. That's what I'm getting. And it actually is cutting my palate pretty good, the way it just, the mouthfeel, real syrupiness to it. Anyway, let me go ahead and I'll probably do this at a halfway point. I might do thirds. It's kind of kind of a longer stick. I might do this in thirds too. Anyway, I'll go ahead. I'm gonna smoke some of this down. I'll be back in a second to let you know how it is. See you in a second. Everybody, I'm back. And I'm actually about to the halfway point. I think I'm going to do this on thirds, but I got kind of carried away with the cigar. It has amazing flavor. It's probably one of the best lanceros I've ever had. And while I'm taping this, I'm actually talking to my buddy Barry Stein from a cigarsmoker.com, and he was saying that he thinks this is the best lancero that he's had. So I don't know if I'd say it was the best lancero, but so far this has been an amazing smoke. It has a really nice that kind of that caramel butter toffee kind of a flavor to it, kind of like that buttery sweetness or whatever. But it also has a nice leather core to it, and actually as it's burned down, the leather note and that kind of like toffee caramel whatever note is kind of, they're pretty much even now. One's not more dominant than the other. I only get a hint of spice when I retrohale, but I actually get a stronger kind of that butter, the toffee note when I retrohale it than anything. But a spice only appears when I retrohale it with that stronger butter toffee note. But really an amazing lancero so far. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'll finish this off, and I'll be back to let you know my final thoughts. See you in a second. I'm back. I'm at the end of the lancero now. I have to say this is a really stellar effort by Gran Habano Cigars. It pretty much kind of remained the same from the beginning to the end. The end of it, the sweetness had died down. Right at the very end here, it really died down at the final point. But still, even at this short, it's still got some really, really good flavor. Pretty much the leather, buttery, toffee note was really strong in the beginning and remained all the way through the cigar. Really, really impressive lancero. And I can see why Barry said this is the best lancero ever. It has really got some really great flavor for this cigar. To me, my benchmark lancero is probably the Oliva Serie V lancero. I've smoked an absolute ton of those cigars, and I definitely would put that right up there with that cigar. To me, still the best lancero I've ever had would be the Illusione HL Maduro, the original blend. That to me is the absolute pinnacle of lanceros. And the Lou Rodriguez Edition Premier that he just came out with, the lancero, was really, really fine smoke too. This cigar to me is one of the top lanceros in the market today. I mean, so it's got a great price point on the cigar, about $8, $8.50, something like that. And what it's going to, a lot of the profits are going to a great cause to stop children and soldiers in Africa. So I mean, it's pretty much win-win all the way around when you buy these cigars. So definitely seek these out. This is a very, very solid effort from Gran Habano, and they make a lot of good cigars, especially for a really good price. And I was thinking, my favorite cigar that they make is the Azteca. As you know, I helped them do prototyping for that cigar, but I think I like this better than the Azteca. I think this is my favorite Gran Habano cigar. No, I don't think it. This is my favorite Gran Habano cigar. It's really, really solid effort on their part, and I really commend George Rico for giving back, with this cigar. That is a really amazing thing, and that right there alone makes me want to buy it, But also on top of that, being one of the best cigars I've had this year, I mean, it's just like I said, it's win-win all the way around. So definitely seek these out and try these things out. They're becoming available now, so you can find them. Anybody that sells Gran Habano cigars, they have these now. So check them out. Like I said, they come in 2 boxes, a blue and a red box, but it's the same blend in both boxes. It's just a different artwork on each one. So anyway, on that note, remember, nothing beats a nice tight ash.